But hot and wet are two different things. Wet is
That's not true.
Yes, it is.
That's not
They're
true.
both adjectives. They're describing.
It's not even necessarily true because some girls are so hot and they're also so wet.
valid.
You know what? There it is.
Yeah.
You got it. You got it. There it is. And that's the start of this episode. Hey, everybody. It's the Small Hats.
What is good, homies? This is Chris with the Small Hat Crew, joined today by Small Hat Nick off screen,
Hello.
Small Hat Manny,
Yo.
and Small Hat Brandon.
Hey guys.
Who? He's looking for a new stepdad apparently. So applications in the comments.
Oh, they know. They heard the lore.
That's
you know,
such-
you actually, guys didn't hear that conversation, but I'm going to throw it at the end of the video so you can give that a listen if you really do want to know about whether or not
The stepdad
our moms are
situation.
hot. If you want to know if our moms are hot or not, that's at the end of the video.
Did you not see him?
I did not.
Never mind. You'll see at the end of the video.
Yeah, you'll see it at the end of the video with everybody else.
Okay. All right.
And now's a perfect time to bring up the sponsor of this video.
We have a sponsor?
What's the website?
Oh, yeah! Depending on when you're watching this, if you are watching it as soon as it has dropped, we are in Kissimmee right now. You can come find us. We are selling small hat playmats. There is a playmat. We went ahead, showed the design in the Discord server. We held a poll. Community voted for the colors. This is the first one. This is blue. You can see right here in the top we have Smalls as well as Peppo or Peepo. Captain of the channel, Kitty Smalls right there. Dead or alive. I never really kind of take into consideration just killing the cat. But we also have a Dofi down there. That was Nick's main in OPO1. This mat is full of small hat references. At the top, of course, the most obvious being the Small Hat Crew. Little One Piece logo. There's our crocodile. Blurple Croc main aficionado over here. Played Blurple Croc for a lot longer than I should have, if we're being completely honest. Yeah, not sure what that was all about. Garen also played Croc in OPO4, Mono Croc, unfortunately, the more cringe, not badass version. Our trash pile is Iceberg, because we all know we love to shit on Iceberg in this channel. The Dawn area is a nice little pretty pastel thingy. The Dawn deck, Nick's Dofi from OPO1, and OPO2 actually. And the main leader being Luffy, because I played Mono Red Luffy from OPO1 to OPO3. We also have us a nice little Zeus. May as well be channel mascot at this point. If it's not Purple Crocodile, it's him. You know, our GOT tier. But this is the playmat in blue. The color that I actually went ahead and specifically requested was the pink. So the pink mat is also available. If you're not interested in pink, maybe pink's a little too girly for you, right? Because you're a big macho badass. You can't be using no girly colors. Look at that. We have non-small hat playmats. This is the crew. It's all the straw hats doing their thing. Zero biting down on sword as per usual. Chopper riding law as per usual. Yes, I'm aware of how I worded that. That was very intentional. Unintentionally, big coincidence here is another Mono Red Luffy leader. Curious. And maybe you're not big macho, right? Maybe you do have a little soft side to you, but you're maybe just not the biggest small hat fan. We have another pastel playmat. We have here, you see beautiful Sanji blowing his bubbles from his cigarette. Yeah, as we are all known to do. A beautiful little Uta in the middle. We have Nico Robin all chested up, big hunkaroos, but right below her, something for the ladies too. Zoro also chested up. We have the cutest little Going Merry, as well as Sunny-kun doing the damn thing in the Dawn area. Chopper levitating, as he is known to do. And then another beautiful little Luffy on the Sunny. There it is. Beautiful. You can get these playmats. I'm going to drop a link in the description to the Etsy store. If you're not attending the Kissimmee Regional, you can still buy them. They're $40 in person if you buy them at the Regional. If you're buying online, they are $45. In addition, if you do miss this Regional, if you unfortunately cannot attend, there is a tournament being hosted tomorrow on Moonlight TCG. It is $30 entry. The prize payout is going to be determined on, or based upon how many players enter, whether they being $30 entry. If it was as little as 30, let's say 30 players, or just 20 players entered even, right? If there were 20 players that entered at $30 entry, you're looking at minimum $600 toward the prize pool. So there is that as well. I'm going to drop the link to sign up for that in the description. On this website are also going to be sign up links for all future regionals, treasure cups, events like that. You know, the usual. So if you can't find them, there should be no excuse anymore. You can find them on this website along with deals for hotels and whatnot in that local area. We're hoping to get all kinds of other deals on there as well. So it shouldn't just be hotels, but we all do know at the end of the day, that's the most expensive, the biggest financial investment aside from like a plane ticket. So if you want to save on like hotels and things like that, that's also on there. Also for these big events, we're not only dropping the sign up links for you to get into them, the little link you to the pages and everything, but in addition to that, you can also go ahead and find past events that have already completed, top 32, all of their deck lists. All the winners, all the best performing players, their deck lists are available on this website. So you can find them there. You can even go ahead and export the deck list directly from the website straight into the simulator. So that should be very easy for you. There's also going to be, maybe you're not the most competitive player. Maybe you don't want to do the big regionals and events and everything. There's still weekly tournaments on there as well. You can sign up for weekly tournaments on both the webcam and the simulator. There's something for everybody. And that should essentially be it. There's going to be coaching later on down the line from players that have gotten top 8 at large-scale events. But with all of that being said, let's jump right into it.
The fucking website color scheme alone makes you want to go to it. Like,
yeah.
It's such a beautiful
It's a really, really good-looking website.
Very nice purple pastel.
Yes.
Magnifique.
Magnifique.
So, okay, alright. So I guess with that having been done in post, right? Okay.
All of the fucking webcam cheating that's been going
Yes!
around.
I love the
haven't
memes.
seen it.
I love the memes. The memes are the best.
Bro.
Is there more webcam cheating?
There's like
going on?
course.
the last day you said?
I don't remember. I think it was like 3. I think it was 3 had been caught in the last 24 hours yesterday.
Yeah. So now organizers are putting out like,
It may have been 4.
requirements of like you have to have a 720p, 1080p camera. Like you have to not be doing this shit anymore, basically.
Dude, I was so happy with my cheap camera. Fuck you guys.
God.
So
Wait.
wait, what were the cheaters doing though?
Like
Everything!
Yeah, everything. Like there's a player who's just like, okay, I'm attacking you for game. They had no counter in hand. They just trashed their entire hand and said, okay, I counter out.
And then they were like, how much counter do you have? And then like he picks up his trash. He just starts counting the counter in his trash. And not only is he counting the counter in the trash, also there's like, I think he may have been playing Gecko.
Yeah, he was.
Because there was a Perona where he counts the Perona's 3K counter.
Yeah. It's fucking atrocious.
You'll have to send me those videos.
I'm so excited. I knew of that one, and then I know it's dated, but people were shooting up memes of the infamous jet pistol one. Where oh my god, I love
That
it.
just reminds me of the
there
I
was-
dodge. I dodge.
There was another one
can't
where like the guy flashed his hand by accident and he had like a greater
Yes!
hand and he swapped it.
Not a guy. Number 1 ranked player. Number 1 ranked player got caught cheating. So he was like hand shuffling at some point. He showed a great eruption on accident, and he didn't know like they saw or whatever. Then later on in the game, so he's never used the great eruption at any point. They go to swing for game. He drops his hand, counters out of it, and the great eruption's nowhere to be found. Number 1 ranked player.
Number 1 ranked cheater.
So, but that brings me to, because I'm glad you brought that up, because that makes me, like, I've seen a lot of the discourse that's happening regarding this, is a lot of people are saying they want online events to be, like, banned or stop. They want people to stop doing them. That's crazy to me, right?
So I'm not gonna lie, I'm on the side of being done with online events, because this is what happens. If we're done with online events, it forces in-person tournaments to happen, because we have already shown that there's a demographic and there's a demographic and a scarcity of people being able to attend these events in person, and because these online events just say, hey, first come first serve play, but there's people who can't get in, and it's one of those things where more locals will more regionals and more treasure cuts will happen. And the in-person, and people enjoy the in-person experience way more than the online
I agree
experience.
with that.
Here's what I think, though. So because this was the thing I took issue with, and I started seeing a lot of people echo the same sentiment online, where it's, not everybody has the means to travel to these events.
But then put them in other places. You know what happens? Jack and Jill Card Shop can go ahead and be like, hey, because
we have
We already got that. That's already coming along.
Yeah, we have
But
four
yeah.
regionals coming.
yeah, but the thing is, those places can now, because you could do the math, like figure out the numbers and be like, okay, there's all these event places, and there's the global One Piece Discord where you could be like, where you can do a quick tally of potential regional spots in these areas who would come, and then you can get the math. Yeah, okay, cool. 400 players will come to South Dakota regional.
Well, here's
Cool.
that's what I was going to say, though, because it's like, okay, like New Hampshire, right?
Yeah.
They're not getting a regional. What did the players in New Hampshire do?
So my thing is, there wasn't.
Silent Sim from.
I don't remember. I don't remember where Batsu's from. But literally, so I remember I was talking to Batsu. The reason
Batsu's the sim guy, right?
he created the sim, and it makes so much. He's in an area that is just dead. There's like no community. So the sim was created as a means for him to play One Piece.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So here's my thing, right? Before COVID, there weren't that many online tournaments for card games.
Period.
Right.
Period.
That was a COVID thing.
And that's when card games like Magic the Gathering died out afterwards, and they haven't really like brought back their competitive scene from what I've seen or heard, right? But my thing is, bring it back in person. First of all, cards are meant to be played with physical paper. It's just so much better.
Right.
But also the online tournaments, there's so many ways to cheat.
No, I
People
agree.
get away with cheating in person. If you think that they can't do it behind a webcam, you're sorely mistaken.
Yeah.
And
No.
the thing is,
My hand up.
right, and I'm going to be sitting here focusing on my turn. If I'm playing a deck like Gecko Moria, okay, what can I do this turn? My opponent just had 5 seconds to sit there and do whatever the hell they wanted,
Well,
and I'm going to be none the wiser.
Here's my counter to that, though. So, because, all right, if we ban online events, why is it that all of a sudden we would start having more in-person events? Because it's not like online events are
Why
eating
not?
any reason.
Because they know there's money and people will not say no to money.
Well, no, but here's the thing, though. So, online events, it doesn't cost them anything, right? It doesn't cost anything. So,
It
it's
probably costs
already...
them more for
No, no.
shipping.
No,
That's
it
it,
doesn't.
though.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Because one, they have to rent out the space. They have to rent out like all the other fees that go with
Absolutely.
getting a venue and all that. And then like let's say hypothetically they don't have enough pricing and they have to give the pricing out anyways and ship it anyway, so it doesn't matter. And then you also have to pay for insurances when you rent out venues, because if someone were to break their leg during an event, who has to pay for
Yeah.
it? The event organizers.
The dumbass that broke their
but
leg.
no, but the thing is that just because your margins are less, you still make money.
Wait, no, okay. But here's the thing.
And why
There's-
would you say no
so
to
while
making
we
money?
have online events, there's nothing stopping them from running more. Because right now, the community already wants more in-person events. There's nothing stopping them from doing in-person events. It's not like them doing the online events takes anything away from the in-person events.
Well, no, it does, because this is why. If everyone told me, "Hey, I want more in-person events," but I know I could do an online event and it costs me less to do it, and I know they're going to show up anyways because there's no in-person
They're
event.
gonna show up
They're
regardless.
going to show up regardless. That's my point. If there are no longer online events, you could do an in-person one in the middle of bumfuck nowhere, and they will come. It's just like the scene of I forgot the name of the movie, but what's the movie where like they build the baseball field?
If we build it.
They built it. They'll
my
come.
problem with it is, I realistically think, so here's what I think happens. If they take away the online events, I don't think they do anything to compensate for that.
No, they will.
That's
does.
Bandai.
They don't have to.
So
They don't have to, so they won't.
No. They'll put it on the responsibility of the stores, like PPG, and PPG will then do it.
We got 2 card reveals.
Ooh, what are they?
Go ahead if you're interested.
well, my thing real quick before the card reveals as well. Let's talk about the last regional, the last online regional. I don't know if it was the very last one. I think it was.
Well-
but they literally had
Oh, the repair?
Yeah, there was round 1. Bunch of people, including myself, won their round 1, went off to do other shit, and then they repaired because some people had technical issues
Yeah.
with Discord. You're also running into all that shit, and then they're gonna repair after people won their round 1. Now some people that won lost. I ended up losing my round 1 after that because I got a matchup that I've never played before.
Yeah, 'cause it's
And I'm
'cause you're
what the
bad into
fuck is
Arlong.
this? Yes, I am bad into Arlong, but I've never played the deck before, and this dude fucking saw everything.
Well,
you know who the fuck you are.
As
But
a
I'm like,
judge, for
I don't
online
wanna
events,
play this
99% of my judge calls are technical issues.
yeah, and I'm like, I don't even want to play now. Like, it takes all the... But in person, at least, you have that, like... It's a little bit less demoralizing in person because you're playing there, you have your friends there, you're meeting new people face to face, and it's just a better
It's definitely an
environment
experience.
altogether.
It is. No, I
Experience.
agree.
And then you know what happens when you scrub out? There's side events. You get to
Yes.
You
No,
don't
I
feel
agree.
like because
I agree. So I'm not trying to say that
My
in-person events.
So no, go ahead.
I'm not trying to say that online events are better than in-person events or in anywhere or anything like that. So I don't need to be swayed as to why online or in-person events are better than online events. I'm already in that camp. I agree.
Mm-hmm.
However,
just saying that online going away doesn't. Correlation is not causation. It doesn't increase in-person events.
Because here's the thing: if they do not, so okay, let's say we lose online events, right?
Yeah.
And we do not gain any, because here's the thing, it's like they can take this away. We've already seen with multiple different companies and stuff like that. COVID, there's a lot of things where COVID set a new precedent, so companies stopped doing things, and they saved a lot of money from doing that, and then once COVID was no longer a factor, those things never came back.
Right.
Well, that's not necessarily so. It just took longer. And even now, yeah, it's not back to where we were. Even now, at this very point, we're not back to how it was pre-COVID. But to say that PPG, to say that like all these different card places are not just going to be the host for these regionals and take more advantage of well, if we can't do online events, we're just going to do more in-person ones, and that's just what it's going to be. It won't be as many online versus in-person, but there will be in-person to compensate.
That's the thing. There's no way to know that.
But I've also never not gotten into a offline regional or event period.
Yeah.
I almost never get into the online events.
Well, that's what I'm getting at.
It makes people upset.
Well, of course, but that's the thing. It's because they're so readily accessible. Because that's everybody applies for them because anybody can play in them. It doesn't matter. You could be in Alaska and you can still. It's probably the only way you're playing and competing in a large scale event.
No, it's not. Move.
Yes, just move. A lot of people.
Why are you in Alaska?
A lot of people either don't have the funds to travel because when people travel, you're paying for the Airbnb and stuff. Imagine you're in one of those areas, right? So it's not like you have a big senior community. So you're probably traveling on your own. You don't have people to split Airbnbs and hotels with and everything. You're fronting up the plane ticket on your own. You're paying for being there on your own. It's really, really expensive. Is the thing.
Get some friends.
A lot of people, can't afford it. And then on top of that, it's asking people, because a lot of people, not everybody has a job where they even get PTO and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
Get a big boy job.
The convenience of online tournaments, it's actually insane, because it's all right, I didn't win because people cheated, right? I didn't get to win my event because people cheated. But if the event was never there to begin with, you never had a shot at winning it anyway.
I agree that they're convenient if they were run correctly, but the online events are run like dog shit.
It's like the Wild Wild West out there.
Yes.
And then and it's almost like you're at the mercy. You're at the mercy of the judge, which the judge, granted, for these online people, the judges are doing their best. I'm not saying this or that, the third, but it's a lot with very when you're not there, because for example, I judge for a couple Yu-Gi-Oh events, and it's one of those things where it's for some of the calls that I got, there's no way, if you would have told me I had to look at the screen and try to figure it out, I would have never been able to done it.
I can say my opponent cheated. Okay, what proof do you have?
What proof do you have? Whatever.
Do you have a recording? No. Well,
but here it could be shown. I could see it, and
you had people next to you.
And yeah, this is the verifying fact check. Because
I agree. But it's one of those things where it doesn't take away anything by it existing. Because here's the thing. Realistically, we should have more in-person events to begin with, is the thing.
Oh, yeah.
And Bandai is already not doing that. They're not even giving us enough product. They're not even giving enough product to the stores to give prize support to the players. They can't even do the bare necessities that don't even cost that much, right?
Necessities.
It's they can't even put out enough product for people to buy it, for them to even put more money in their pockets, and we think they're going to take money out of their pockets to put out more events?
Yes. Because they make money on the events.
They make money on selling product.
This is where I think there's a little confusion here. You're assuming that when the online event goes away,
yes,
that Bandai is the one that pays for the venue, pays for the store to host it, and all this. No. It's the stores that reach out to Bandai that say, hey, Bandai, we wish to host a regional. And Bandai goes, well, then you need to pay us this amount for us to give you the sanction of whatever rankings you give.
I'm aware of this already.
Bandai doesn't have to pay anything. You think All the legwork is on the card store that's hosting the regional.
Boom.
Bandai has nothing to do with it. That's why Bandai has no problem with people doing in-person events. Because Bandai doesn't have to do anything.
Well, that's because they do need to get the green light from Bandai. Because if it was
but Bandai doesn't have to pay for anything. You have to call, like, let's say you had a card shop. You need to call Bandai and be like, hey, Bandai,
all right.
Can I run a regional? I don't know. Do you have $5,000?
So-
Cool. Boom. All right. Yeah.
Okay, so here's the thing, right? Okay, so if we're taking Bandai out of the equation, right? Then what is stopping these stores from giving us more events right now? Because that is what the community sentiment has been.
Because
That is true.
but no, because online events are cheaper to run. If you told me I can make the same amount of money and spend half the cost, why would I not do it? That's it.
I remember us going to Cool Stuff Maitland. It was either a K or a 1K tournament. And Cool Stuff Maitland told the players to tell Bandai that Cool Stuff wants to run events.
Yup, I remember
for
this.
One Piece. And they're just not allowing them to do it. They want to do in-person events, and Bandai is simply not allowing them to do so.
Well, that's politics.
You're giving Bandai so much credit. Is the thing. That's why I'm so against the idea of us losing the online events, because Bandai as a company, it feels like does everything to fuck the player.
I would say if you.
They have a Kama Sutra of
Yes!
just fucking players.
So-
Like, overpriced cards.
My thought on it is either cut the online events or simply run them better.
They just need to run them
Yes.
I think it's called No Heroes. It's a European locals or runner event organizer who is the one that put out the rules about their online events having to be more strict now because of all the recent allegations. So, or I don't know, not allegations, but all the recent events happening of cheating. So it's these organizers need to allow the judges to oh, you're cheating, you have proof. Game lost, DQ ban. Bye.
Yes.
It needs to be more strict. They need to use people as
Yep.
examples. I remember there was a player that got banned. I can't remember what it was for. It was only a 3-month ban, and he was back and playing at Nats.
That's another thing. Okay, continue.
No, that's it.
Yeah, there's because it happened. Oh, there's people in the Small Hat Discord server link in description that have been affected, where it's literally
God damn it.
things like
No, he just did a shameless plug.
the people are cheating. One guy was winning his die rolls with loaded dice, and then the opponent accused him, and then they got a judge, and then they confirmed that he actually was using loaded dice. And you know what his punishment was? The judge was like,
Reroll using different dice.
yes! Yes, and then, so not only does that happen, but then the other guy, so now they re-roll with proper dice, right? And the guy rolls whatever, the cheater guy rolls whatever, and then the opponent rolls a 12. And then the guy says to him, now who's using loaded dice? What? Are you, you're in the wrong!
When gaslighting has been gaslit to light brighter than the gaslight.
Damn.
And there, I forgot what the other thing was. I think it may have been the Perona, the guy that cheated with the counter. But literally was exposed for cheating. They confirmed he was cheating. And it was to give him a game loss and let him keep playing. There's just no penalty. So, of course people are doing it because the reward far outweighs the risk. There's just nothing to be lost.
$13,000.
There's nothing to be lost by cheating. So it's why wouldn't you do it? I don't know. I just really do feel like it would be like the Oriental market by Cool Stuff, right?
Yeah.
Where
Go for it.
Throwback.
they had a little food thing in the back, and for $5, you got so much Chinese food, right? And then COVID came, and they put it away. And now COVID's gone, and it's been gone for 3 years. It just never came back.
No.
Wait, hold on. I'm sorry. Where was the connection in that? How was that? How are those?
Okay.
What the fuck?
His reasoning is I'm picking up what you putting down, but it's still ludicrous.
I'm
But
not.
No, it's not.
So what it is what he's trying to explain is the fact that once someone found a cheap way to make money, right? Mm-hmm. And now that they know there's a cheap way to make money or a cheap way for people to pay more, why would I revert back to something that may cost me more when I now learned it doesn't cost me as much?
Yes.
I get it.
Yes.
You
I
were
get
relating it to the online events. I thought you were relating it to that last cheater because you're segueing.
No. No.
like,
It's
wait,
terrible.
fuck.
No. He's at the sharpest crayon in the box that I picked up what he was doing.
Because it's like using loaded dice, right?
is a lot like
An Oriental market.
not being able to buy Pocky between the rounds as you eat
I completely
your war
agree.
meal from the back of the store.
And then them not bringing it back post-COVID was them saying just roll different dice.
Yeah, right.
I see what
Okay,
you're
okay,
I'm
okay.
picking up what
He
you're
messed up, but I
No.
I knew where he went after.
But basically, yeah, it was that we had something, and it was good, and then we lost it, and it's like, okay, well, whatever. Once COVID's gone, they bring it right back, but they don't. Nothing comes back to compensate for it. We are just far off worse than where we were before because it's
you
so
spoken to
financially.
He spoke to me.
You ask them, like, hey, where's...
Did you change your name to Karen?
I can't speak the language.
Well, Karen is usually a lot of.
I
Wait,
really
wait,
do
wait,
like.
Was that racist? I didn't-
Karen?
Oh, Karen.
Yeah.
I thought because he said he didn't speak the language of the Oriental market. And I was like, oh, you just went full on racist.
No,
for a
Karen.
second. All right.
Like, I have so little faith in
Karen's a racist.
Bandai. I have so little faith in Bandai. And this is why Small Hat will never be partnered with Bandai in any way whatsoever. But I have so little faith in Bandai
Unless
as a company that I genuinely do believe that if we ever find ourselves in a crossroad where we have something going good for us, and Bandai has the opportunity to just fuck us for no reason. No reason whatsoever. I genuinely do believe that is the route they will take every single time. I think it's like Pokemon Company going out, finding these small creators on the internet, and just cease and desisting them for no reason. Literally giving them pre-promotion and everything, but the company seems to be so hostile toward the players that it's like, I will not do the thing that benefits you in any way. I will go out of my way to spite you. That's how I feel about Bandai as a company.
valid.
With the small, so actually, I've been wanting to rename the podcast.
Are we recording?
Yeah, we've been recording.
Okay, I just wanted to
We've been recording the whole time.
Just wanted to make
So
sure.
I've been wanting to rename the podcast from Backtable Podcast to like a specific number because a lot of people don't get the joke of Backtable. But if it was called like table 256 or some shit, you know?
Okay.
Well,
Table 512.
why 512?
Table 420.
Regionals.
No, that's great.
How many tables were there in Nats? That's what we got to find out.
Okay.
Table 512 is a 1,000-player event.
So yeah, so this is table 512.
What table?
Oh, I didn't even consider this being one of the tables. We should get one of those like little plastic
Yeah,
shelves
little
with
things.
tables
It says table 512.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
there we
Okay,
go.
all
What
right.
were you thinking then?
Well, I mean,
He was thinking just the name,
In general,
but now
you
he
know?
thought of an accessory that amplified this.
yeah,
change of name.
we need the little table.
Oh, so you know
Let's go
how
from regionals.
yes. We'll take one of the reasons.
Watch out, Kissimmee.
But we can make one of those like ones where it just has a small hat logo and it says table 512 on the top.
Yes. Now, I don't know if we lock into 512.
That's fair. 256 could be good. 512, or we could just pick a.
The number's redundant, but
Yeah, we know what we're doing. The number, I think the number should have meaning, though. The number should represent something, I think.
fair.
So, anyway, an actual topic worth discussing here. A topic I do want to discuss. I no longer think it's the case. I think we got this conversation just a week ago. I'd be on the opposite side. But, is yellow too strong?
So before the yellow player speaks, I will say
Has the seal.
Wait, you're the yellow player also.
I'm playing
You're
Uta.
as yellow as Brandon. Brandon's not playing yellow this set.
I'm playing
That's
Uta
racist.
this set.
You both played yellow OP05.
Yeah, because there
And
wasn't
now neither-
anything better in 05.
And now
Instead,
neither of
I
you are
played
playing
Uta.
yellow.
Yeah.
So you're equally yellow.
Oh, true. Oh, wait, you're not playing yellow this format?
No, he's gonna play Gecko or
I'm basically not playing this format.
All right, well, valid.
To be fair,
But
I don't like the meta, mainly because of Katakuri.
the meta's so good.
so
No, it's
The
not.
meta's so good.
So to answer your question though, I think what happens is that Sakazuki and Gecko obviously putting themselves exactly where they need to be on the top of the total of the food chain, and yellow is just the next best deck
Okay, I
outside
disagree
of
with
that.
So I think Katakuri. A week ago, I thought Katakuri was the number one deck. Recently, I think he's number two. I think he is number two. I do think he is ahead of Gecko of Sakazuki. There was a period only like a week ago where the Gecko matchup into Katakuri was free for Katakuri. Gecko could not win that matchup. You'd go into it and just auto lose. You watch two players go on undefeated runs up to around 8 and 9, both playing to a Katakuri. They both had 5 or 6 cards in hand, 5 characters on the board. The opposing Katakuri had 0 cards on his board, 2 cards in hand, and 4 life. And both times, despite being down 9 cards, both Katakuris won their games. It was that unfavored. Now that matchup's been figured out, it's so Gecko favored, going both first and second. Gecko also plays insane into Sakazuki. That matchup it feels really, 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 really good. It feels insane. If Gecko sees the cards, he just wins it. And if Gecko still doesn't see the cards, he could still just take it.
Yeah. Well, for example, 'cause obviously this was off screen, but like me and Nick play tested the Gecko Zakuzuki matchup, and I have not played Gecko at all. I played against a bunch of Gecko, but I haven't played Gecko. And it was one of those things, and Chris can verify, I did not see a Gecko, and I saw one Hogback on the final turn, and now granted, like we were just messing around, and then like I tried a high roll at the end, but I realistically won that game, and there was no Gecko involved, and it was crazy.
It's a really, really strong. It's one of the like most flexible decks. It can adapt to any match. I think there's no bigger testament to a deck's ability to adapt to a matchup than the fact that deck went from losing matchups to the matchup being figured out, and he just wins the matchups.
Yeah.
That deck adapts. If you truly understand what it is that you are doing in those matchups, the leader will enable you to just take the W. He is insanely strong.
But to go back to your original question, because I feel like we're just going off. And
right.
Just
cranking his hog.
Is that I think yellow is just the benchmark of top tier, where it's that because realistically, if Kata is a second best deck, that's fine. But in that case, it'll be Gecko, Kata, Zakuzuki, then the next yellow deck, and then everything else. And it's one of those things where
I think raise you at that point. So here's what I think our meta looks like. So I think go for it.
I just want to answer your question for the is yellow too strong?
Yeah.
First.
Yeah.
I don't think yellow is too strong. No. I think yellow is too frustrating. It's very frustrating to play as or against yellow because there's a high level of luck involved.
Yeah.
A higher level than regular decks. Like Manny said, you can play Gecko and not see a Gecko the whole game. What are the odds? Very low, but you got very unlucky.
Right.
Yellow I wouldn't say all about luck.
And floors are in the basement and in the heavens.
Yes. You can legitimately be the much better player and just fucking lose against a yellow player.
Because they hit the Capone, they hit the Sanji.
Right.
They just hit the thing to be like, there's nothing in what my hand or anything prior to the game that I could have done different to get me here because this was always going to happen.
And I feel like it's almost like an unhealthy color in the game because of that amount of luck. Because when you're trying to be a professional player and saying, okay, is swinging right now the correct move? Against any other deck, it's either yes or no if you're good enough at the game. Against yellow, it's okay, well, worst case scenario is they get a Kiku Nojo out of life and I lose next turn. They get a beige out of life and this guy can't attack. And you have to think about all of these scenarios. And then maybe they just whiff on that anyways. So it's like a very just frustrating, too frustrating.
It is. No, I agree. I think Cross said it very, very well, where it was because every deck, like if you're a really good pilot, if you're piloting your deck perfect, you probably win that game. If your deck gives you all the cards you need to see, you win that game. If your opponent just doesn't see the cards, you win that game. And then yellow introduces an entire factor. I could just win the game just because.
Yes.
There's an entire extra dimension it adds to the game. And also because, just like the luck and variance, there are some times where you could potentially go for game, but the consequence for if you get punished by a trigger, that you just can't go for it. So it's like, I'll let him sit on one extra. That's another thing, too. So it's like, I'll let him sit on an extra life this turn. So that, because if a body comes, because I can't kill him this turn, if a body comes out, I just lose.
Yes.
So there's that. There's also, I can't put him on one because it turns on Amaru.
Yep.
There's also that.
Yep.
There's just so much. And now we're getting to the point where a lot of yellow bodies are just coming out of life for free.
Honestly, it's at the point by OP07, honestly by EB 01, there's a 50% chance that when you hit them, some bad shit's gonna happen.
Yeah, bro, I think we're beyond 50
it's
at this point.
It's just frustrating. It's annoying.
Well, Well, it's not beyond 50. I would say it is about what Brandon's saying is 50 because even if it is a trigger, there's some triggers like it's a beige where like yeah you hit it but there's nothing to hit so you bring it back. You know,
No,
so
I have a 2-day calendar in hand.
well, no. I'm not saying. I'm not saying it's like, oh man, I missed the beige, but like, it's not bodies. But yes, it's just triggers on triggers. Like, everything there is a trigger. Whether you can pop it off or not, it's a different story.
Yep.
But it is a trigger. It's going to be a trigger. It's going to mean something.
But yeah, even if it's not a trigger though, its main ability is so good. Like,
Yeah.
oh no, I didn't use a Mario to discard 2 cards to heal a card. Good thing I can just rest my opponent's blocker. Like.
And it's cards like Shirahoshi, which like I think is crazy because some people like don't consider Shirahoshi the strongest card. I think Shirahoshi is still one of the craziest cards in the game where it plays itself for free. You plus one an advantage, and it's one of those things where it's that if you choose to ignore it, there's a kata that's going to come to put it right back over there.
They don't
and then
run the
you're gonna,
kata anymore. Well, a lot of them don't.
The fact
no, but people are bringing it back for Gecko.
The fact that a lot of yellow decks are choosing not to play Shirahoshi now
that's telling.
shows you just how good triggers are. Because if they're choosing something else over a
Draw
a
3
graceful
trash
charity,
2. Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Yu-Gi-Oh!
It's a bad day
Yeah.
to be playing. So yeah, it's very frustrating. Very, very frustrating. That's all I have to say about it.
Well,
You
I
know.
think one thing too, because we didn't really even talk about like the main thing. 'Cause it's not even like Yellow's going crazy. Specifically, it's Katakuri, and Katakuri is being pushed over the edge by Tenmom.
Yes.
So I guess one topic worth discussion here at this point now is that card deserving of a ban?
I think with yellow purple pudding coming out, I wouldn't say a ban, but a limit. I think that is a card that you shouldn't, especially a searchable card with a very good searcher. Not only that, but 2 searchers, because Paraspera, right?
Yep.
So I just think that's a card.
There's also a new purple event.
Right. That's a card that you should not be able to have 4 of in your deck.
I think because that's crazy too. Because I remember I used to be very against the idea of banning her because Katakuri was like he was always like an outlier. But we have gotten to the point where only a week ago he was the leader that was defining the meta. Like he was. Tenmom obviously has always played good into a 4-life leader, right?
Yeah.
So basically, the presence of Sakazuki was part of the reason Katakuri was so present because he was favorable into what a lot of people thought was the best leader. And then he also played favorably into Gecko Moria for a really long time. So his worst matchup, it was the mirror match for a really long time. Because even into Reiju, that's another 4-life leader. You're like Katakuri, he was always being pushed over the top by Tenmom, and I really do feel like because if you were to hit that card, I do think that leader falls off drastically, right?
Absolutely.
Drastically. I remember, like, I didn't think that Tenmom was ever worthy of a hit, but now that Katakuri, like, we're getting to the point where, I forget, was it Santa Clara, where entry-wise, the top cut, when I believe it was, or not even the top cut, entry-wise, it was 330 Katakuris. In second place, 130 Sakazukis, and in third place, 86 Gecko Morias. Like, Katakuri is seeing more than double the representation of the second next leader, right?
The leader that's being banned.
Like,
Well, to be fair, I would say, I'm not saying all of that number is solely because he defined it. I still think he defined it, but I think the reason there's such high representation is that because Sakazuki is going to get banned in July, people are just being like, well, I'm not going to, like, some people just play as, I'm going to keep playing Sakazuki until July, and then I'll figure things out then. And there's some people that are like, well, I want to start getting my reps in with other decks, so then when July comes in, I already have a deck that I'm well studied and trained in for July.
So here's my counter to that, though, right? So, because to me it seems like it's kind of crazy the thought of like okay, I'm going to compete in this event. I'm going to try to get my invite. I'm going to throw away the leader that I think gives you the best ticket to getting the invite to start preparing for a different leader to try to get my invite the next set.
But the thing is that if what you're saying is true,
Yes.
that the Katakuri and Sakazuki are on par, if they're on par and I'm going to have to give up Sakazuki anyways, why wouldn't I just play Katakuri and get my reps in if they're both on par?
Well, I don't even think it's that. I don't think they're on par. I just think Katakuri's better.
Well, then back to my point. Why would you just play Katakuri then? Leave Zaka to play Katakuri.
Well, that's what I'm getting at though. I don't think it's so much that.
Lost transition. So,
I don't think
confuse the shit out of each other.
I don't think it's that people are dropping the leader because like it'd be one thing too if it's just like all right like entry wise or whatever. If Katakuri is most represented, that'd be one thing. Mm-hmm. But the players that are playing to win and to get their invite, they're not letting a factor like that determine what leader they're going to compete at that event in, and it shows in our top cut.
Well, yes, but this is the thing, though. You're assuming that all 320 whatever players that play Kata are that player.
No, I'm not assuming that whatsoever.
But that's what I'm saying. Some of them are just players that are like, they were Sakazuki players that said, fuck, my leader's banned, transfer over. But you know what? That's a longer tangent than we need to go with this tangent. So
No, I think I still think it's decent because it's like, even if that is the case, though, more than double the representation of the second leader? Like that's a disparity of over 200 players.
I also think it's cheaper.
With how easy yellow is to play, though.
I think so, too.
I mean...
So you can't say cheaper with ACOS Katakuri.
Yeah.
They weren't running it for a really long time.
Well, most of the cards are cheaper in retrospect versus the whole grand scheme of Sakazuki.
But, playing Sakazuki or Gecko, you have to really actually think about your turn, like, okay, how do I do the most impact on the board and not die next turn? And Katakuri is, okay, I have 7 Dawn, this is the play.
Yeah,
like
it's Katakuri is... It's Pudding, Pero's Pero, Gadatsu.
And for those of you that are like, oh, I play Katakuri and like it takes skill to check my own life and put the beige at the bottom. Congratulations. I don't know what to tell you already.
Coming from the yellow player.
It's not a hard deck to play. Yes, there is still a little bit, there is still some decision making. What I'm saying is the decision making is a tenth of what it is for the other decks.
And you don't get punished as much on the wrong decision.
Exactly. So you can go 8-9 rounds and not be just burnt the hell out.
Right.
After 5 rounds of decision making on Gecko or Sakazuki, you're like, dude, I'm exhausted.
Ooh, speaking of that, that was one topic I want to talk about during the podcast. Is player fatigue and the deck that goes with it. And we were talking. I was talking to Laura about it because. Well, for the viewers that don't know, after the regionals, there's a 5K Star Wars event that's going on at the day after. And me and Laura were thinking about what decks to play. And the deck she wanted to play was Vader. She wanted to, play it, but there's a lot of steps. And we come to find out that we switched her to play Leia, which is a much more aggro deck. And then we were talking about it where I was like, well, this is a newer game for us. And then we're still trying to learn all things. So we're like, well, this is an easier deck to play for 9 rounds. And then which then me and Laura started talking. Do you ever pick a deck for One Piece or anything solely because you're like, this may be the better deck, but I cannot play this deck for 9 rounds?
Easy. So, because I was going to say, OPO5, there's a reason I didn't play Sakazuki. I thought the deck was such a snooze fest. I thought it was so boring that I couldn't see myself playing that deck for 9 rounds. By the 5th round, I want to blow my brains out. I was talking to Garen earlier about how at Kissimmee, we have a regional this Saturday, we have another regional next Saturday. And that's about how I feel like I need to get my invite within these next 2 regionals, because if I do not get my invite in OPO6, once we move into OPO7 and Gecko falls off, I'm gonna be in a situation where I'm looking for a new leader to play. And the thing is, I enjoy playing Gecko. Because the leader is actually fun for me to pilot, I can do 9 rounds of that easy. Once we transition to another set where I'm on a leader where I'm probably not as happy with it, I'm probably just not enjoying playing the game. And at that point, playing 9 rounds of a game you just don't enjoy on a leader you're not clicking with, it's a lot more mentally draining,
Honestly, that's where I'm at right now. I almost refunded this regional because I don't like any of the leaders right now. It's just nothing's doing it for me. Queen is not good this set. I know. I'm sorry, guys. I tried to make it work.
But
just play Purple Crocodile,
No.
just play Purple Crocodile.
Yorkle.
Nothing is doing it for me, so I'm like, I'm just gonna bring Katakuri, even though no matter how much I just shit on, because it's not a deck that I'm gonna be exhausted playing, but I'm still gonna hate myself after a few rounds. I'm like, I don't enjoy the deck, not enjoying the state of the meta right now personally. So there's definitely that state as well, because I'm more of a play for fun, but I still like to win shit and like get prizing because One Piece is lucrative as fuck.
It's super.
Yeah, so shit. I still want to do well, so I'm still going to bring a meta deck to regionals, but I'm not going to bring one like Gecko that, for me, it would just be after 5 rounds, I'm mentally tapped out.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I really am, like, dreading the thought of, like, if it does not happen within these next 2 regionals, knowing that I'm going to have to go into OPO7, I'm probably going to... I was thinking for a long time I'd play Bonnie, and it's like, she's good, but that's not... A leader being good is not, like, alone is not enough for, like...
Has to be fun.
It has to be fun. It has to be fun.
It has to be your playstyle.
You have to, exactly. You have to click with your leader.
Which, funny enough, which goes back to a thing that we talked about in an old episode of Small Hats during set 1, when me and Nick are talking about playing Dolphy, because...
Nick over there.
But it was true. Like, was Dolphy the best deck during set 1? No. Did I make my top 16 Treasure Cup? Yup, because it just clicked. I had fun, and there was people there that you could tell. They're like, I'm playing Kid because it was the best deck at the time.
Yep.
And if you weren't playing the Kid, you were playing Zoro because that was the other best deck.
Another example just like that, but on a much larger scale and a lot more impressive.
Yeah.
OPO5. Me on Purple Crocodile. Right? Was it the best? Was it the best deck? No. Did I win that? Yes. Did I win Worlds? Yes. How was I able to do that? Because the leader was so fun.
Yeah.
Right?
He just knew the deck.
I just knew the deck, and me and my leader, we were locked in. I was like, Purple Crocodile. We win in Nats today, and he was like, yes.
Don't go fact
Yes,
checking
Chris,
him.
I
It's
do.
legit. He's legit.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
All of that is so true that I do want you to fact check it. And because I'm so confident in that I want you to fact check it, that's how you know you don't even need to bother.
Boom.
And when you do fact check it and find that Chris's Blurple Crocodile lost to a Rush Usopp, just ignore that.
Yes.
It didn't happen. Fake news.
By the way, because we were talking on one of our on one of your streams about how we could make in OPO7, what's the egghead, a Vega Punk. How, like, he just wasn't figured out. Complete bullshit. That leader is ass.
Let's talk about Vega Punk, actually.
Dude,
okay.
Vega Punk, first of all,
an honest yellow deck just being bad. Who would have thought?
It's bad.
A yellow deck where my opponent could see the triggers.
What's bad is the fact that, yes, they can see the triggers, but the fact that gaining a life every turn doesn't make a character that can't attack redeemable just says a lot about your leader.
Not being able to attack.
Not
being able to attack is just such a detriment. I'm sitting here gaining a life every turn, and I'm like, this feels bad.
It's crazy too.
Sucks.
It's crazy too, because I remember, like, even when I thought Vega Punk would be really good, I remember there's a period where I thought he'd like be the second best leader of the set.
Yeah, dude.
Because I always thought it would be Bonnie, but then I thought it'd be like Vega Punk after her maybe. And even then, when I would see people post pictures of them at like 12 life, like, okay, there's no fucking shot.
Yeah.
It's not that good.
But I'd be playing them, and I'm like, ooh, let me put this in my life. Put my searcher at the top life, and the opponent's like, I'm just not going to attack you. And I'm just like, oh, I guess you could do that. That's a thing. So, shit.
I have a question.
Yeah.
What's up?
With that said, do you think if One Piece did like an errata that said, for all these yellow effects, when you stack a card or move a card from life, all of them are always face up? Do you think that balances yellow?
I don't think it balances yellow, but I think it's a step in the right direction. I think it's something that does need to happen, but I don't think that fixes the problem.
Where all the effects are the same, Kata does the same thing, Big Mom does the same thing, but all the lives you generate are always face up. And then there'll be cards that can flip them face down, like the Viola, so that you can still play Kyros and all that, but everything comes in.
Here's how I look at it, right? So I'm about to push game into a Katakuri, right? Mm-hmm. And I can see, or I know I can't secure game this turn or whatever, but I'm going to try to put him on 2s, right? So that I can try to maybe lethal next turn. and I don't have the Marumi. So I leave him on 2, or I have him on... He's on like 3 or 4 life. I'm going to go ahead and hit him, and I need bodies not to come out the life. If I'm at 2 life, and there's a Kiku Nojo sitting there, I can keep staring at some point I have to hit him, though.
Yeah.
Yes.
I have to hit him.
Here's my thing. What pisses me off about yellow, and it pisses me off,
As
the
the yellow
fact
player.
that they give yellow... They only give yellow the counters to yellow.
Yeah.
Bottom
Banish.
decking the cards helps, but you need to be able to look at their life to see what you're hitting into. Guess who can do that? Yellow. You need to be able to banish. Guess who does that the best? Onami. Yellow.
Yeah.
They're giving yellow all the shit that counters yellow. And it's really making me angry.
This
'cause I'm
yellow
like,
on
dude.
yellow crime needs to stop.
Like, Onami should have been a green card, right? Like,
Because green has banish.
Yes, and Yamato. They really wanted Yamato to be able to do double attack banish, the leader. Cool, give it to green. Still does it. That's my thing. That should not have been a yellow card. They're giving yellow the stuff that counters yellow, and it's just it makes no sense.
I think it should have gone to purple.
Purple,
I think it
any
should-
color but yellow.
Any color but yellow,
Any color
yeah.
but yellow.
Because purple has that terrible Kaido that minuses 2 to gain banish. They got that new promo Zoro that has banish.
Heck, even red. Give red some rush banish now. Make it so that they actually do something against yellow. Because red aggro into yellow, they hit 1 trigger and it's game over. It's game over. But you actually give yourself banish, and, you know. Plus, then Onami would be able to attack in a Zoro deck.
That was another thing too. As part of the reason I was saying, also I think like because purple, they really give us a bunch of purple like straw hats, like the Orobi and all that.
Yeah.
Like all of them were purple. It was just Nami for some reason that was just yellow.
Yep.
She had a purple, but like she's like the only yellow Wano straw hat, I think, right?
With a Thunderbolt trigger.
With the
Because Zeus is the homie.
She has Zeus.
Notice
He did
if you
steal
look
Tommy.
if you look at the Zeus card, Zeus when he's played gives Big Mom banish,
Yep.
and Thunderbolt pops a 5 or less.
Yep.
And what does Nami do on play? Give someone banish,
Yep.
trigger, Thunderbolt.
It's Zeus incarnate.
Zeus with boobs.
I think it's really crazy to think that I just didn't think Vega Punk would be so bad.
It is.
I don't know how else to say it. I just didn't think he'd be so bad. I think another thing too, because there's a lot of leaders where it's like, okay, so Vega Punk's just bad, right?
Yeah.
I guess it's kind of good that he's bad, though.
He should be mid at least, right?
Imagine a leader gaining a life every turn being good. That would be a nightmare.
But I would want him to be at least mid. I want to at least be able to play his game.
I think all leaders that have the can't attack clause have to have something kind of like Rebecca did, where it's like, okay, the leader can attack, but the other characters could have a 1 step in advantage in attacking. And like, for example, with the stadium, attacking actives, where it's like, okay, I'm a step behind because my leader can't attack, but I'm a step ahead because I can attack your characters who haven't swung yet.
Yep.
You know?
So, but the thing is, you can't just make that an identity for every leader that doesn't have that doesn't have the attack clause.
The leader skill has to be good enough to warrant not being able to attack, and just gaining a life just wasn't enough.
No.
What I think they need to do is, because I think it's 2 things they've done wrong. I think they've done leaders that can't attack all wrong, and I think they've done...
Outside of Rebecca, I think Rebecca was fine. I don't think there was any problem with Rebecca as a whole.
And I think
She
they
couldn't
didn't...
attack.
But that even was on theme.
Right, but-
That's on theme because her whole thing is she never wanted to attack anybody.
Right, but she couldn't attack.
Yeah, but she searches, and then Kyros and the stadium allow you to be more aggressive.
Yeah, I'm just saying you said that there was nothing wrong with her.
But I meant like she's the best unattacking leader.
Yeah, I think
definitely
they've done 2 things very wrong with leaders. I think leaders who cannot attack have been done very poorly, and I think that 6K power leaders have been done very poorly. I think
Absolutely.
that all the leaders that cannot attack should have had 6K power because they can't abuse it into the opponent.
That would have been better.
And it makes them
Ooh,
defensive.
I like that. I like that.
I think that's how
I
they
did like
should have.
that a lot, actually.
Because you're right, it makes you more defensive. So it's like, yeah, I can't attack, but you have to do more to hit me.
You have to
But
control.
I can't take advantage of this 6K
Yeah.
power to go after you.
Yeah. Or
Yeah.
make them 10K.
Yeah,
Yeah.
why not? Right?
I won't attack you, but I'm a wall. All right.
Actually,
You're
actually, hear
not
me out.
gonna
Hear me
attack
out.
me.
You're a 10K, but you have 2 life.
Well, I was gonna say I've
Vega
seen some
Punk.
people talk about.
But you don't get to heal though.
I've seen some people talk about what if you were like a 10k power leader with 1 life, right? Would that be good?
Yes.
Yeah, and I say insane.
It will be busted.
I think it would depend. Yes, I think it would be good because early game, they're not swinging 10s. So you're going to be just getting... Well, here's the thing, though. You're going to be getting card advantage, but you would need card draw. Because half the game is... You have 2 hands in the beginning of the game. You have your hand and an extra 5 cards that you get to draw during the game.
Right.
You're not going to get that. And drawing in this game is huge.
So here's what I think.
So that's
10K.
That's something to look at as well.
So here's the thing, though. You're not drawing cards, but you're also never having to pitch cards to counter.
Yeah, but then later you do.
Like your
Right.
opponent drops
No.
Drops
So-
Zoro and you're fucked.
So
Well,
here's
no,
the
but
thing.
it brings you back to where you should be, because it's like if every turn I'm not picking up this extra card, but I'm also never having to drop a card, then I go neutral. So I'm where I'm supposed to be, just like you.
But think about it. If you're not drawing cards, after your first turn, you're pretty much playing at least 1 card every turn. So you drew into 6, and now you're playing a card every turn, so you constantly have 5 to 6 cards in your hand. Once your opponent starts attacking at you, you're fucked.
Well, here's the catch. I don't think you are really playing cards out of your hand, because you're also just hitting your opponent for 10k every turn, right?
Well, no, if you're a 10k leader, you can't attack.
Okay.
No.
Wait a minute.
No
Never
way.
mind then, never
We're
mind.
not doing that,
10. What do you do for the
just saying-
first 5 turns? He just beats
That's
the
what I was
shit
gonna
out of
say.
you.
I was like,
I was under the assumption the
Bro,
10K leader
make
can't
it a
attack.
red leader, and I'm just gonna run every searcher that I can for what's the thing where unblockable?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make your leader unblockable every
Yeah,
turn, dawn up, and 15.
It's why I was
17.
like, I don't get what the disconnect is here, because it's like, no matter how you look at this, I'm connecting every turn.
No, yeah, you're
and by the
just
time
not.
they can even try to challenge me, they're dead.
We were under the assumption this 10K leader had the claws.
Yes.
It cannot attack. This man was like, guys, what do you mean? I just kill you before we get to late game. I'm like, wait, what do you mean you kill
No,
me?
dude, the leader has double attack banish. What are you guys talking about?
No, can you imagine? Can you imagine? He
And
goes.
yellow.
Can
In
you
beige,
imagine-
you play
he
for
opts.
beige.
He opts to go. He opts to go first, right? He just goes. Turn 1 dawn. Turn 2 3 dawn. 13K.
Yeah,
It's like what?
15k.
Yeah, that's what I was like.
15.
I was like, do you even have to take cards out of your hand at that point? Maybe
Chopper becomes the mightiest little boy.
I would only play cards to deal with blockers, and from there, I'm a one-man army.
There you
Anything
go.
you turn sideways, I was gonna say is exploding when I hit it, but
Yeah,
why would I even hit it?
Yeah.
Why would I even hit it? Because
That's
it's never
fine.
gonna touch me.
20k at life.
I'm just gonna, I'm just gonna hit you, and your body will never turn sideways because it can't even try to hit me.
I mean, I could try to hit you. 5k at 10k.
Imagine,
You always
Kill
swing for
illegal.
dominance. Always
Yeah,
swing for
you
dominance.
always swing.
imagine your opponent, because they have to commit at least like 5 dawn to even match you, right? And then you drop a 1k, and it's like I lost 1 card from my hand, but you lost half your dawn.
Yeah.
Assuming you're on 10.
And then when you get a big body on board and they have to Katakuri it back into your life.
You know it's crazy too. With the 1 life, if the leader was yellow, you just play 4 of the yellow 0 cost event.
Just play 7-drop Lin Lin also.
Yeah. Yeah.
But, no. So, what are you guys planning on playing in 07?
So I was also going to get
Dolphy.
Blue Dolphin.
Blue Dolphin.
Dofi Furo.
Yup.
I've been playing a lot of Boa Hancock. I don't know if it's what I'm gonna play in 07. I'm between Boa, Bonnie. Honestly, I'm not super soaked for 07 ever since I found out Vega Punk is ass. So I'm kind of between Boa, Bonnie, and Enel, but I'll probably default to Queen. Or Yerpol Croc was actually kind of decent, but again, you weren't like good with Bonnie because it was like
Yeah, it was literally my first game.
yeah. So we'll still have to do some testing, but I did find some faults with it, and that makes me sad.
Well, I know OPO7. A lot of people are trying to run Isho.
Green Black Isho?
Yes.
Stop it.
People, no.
Get some help.
People are trying to run 8-drop Isho and Gecko Moria to assist with... Because the matchup for Gecko Moria into Black Yellow Luffy, there is a very, 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 like, credible, high-rated Black Yellow Luffy player overseas currently. And he says that matchup is like 80-20 in favor of Luffy and the Gecko. Like, you just do not. And then you have to think, too, because it's like, one of the strongest plays you can do in a Gecko Moria is playing Sabo. That leader does it every turn.
They play 2 every turn.
They play 2 every turn on top of being a 9k leader.
But you know who does really good into Black Yellow Luffy? Boa.
Oh, God. Here's
Actually shits on that deck.
Gravity Blade, right.
Gravity Blade and just every big drop like, 9-drop Mihawks.
Boa also has a searchable Diablo Jambe.
Yes.
Here's the thing.
Wait. Is Boa good now? Because
No!
oh, I was gonna say like y'all. I'm not gonna lie. Y'all hyped it enough that y'all got me real good.
I'm not
I was like, whoa.
hold on. It's not bad. It's actually doing like okay in the East. It's not a bad deck. It definitely has its faults. Like late, you have to win the mid game into the late game. But once you lose your board late game, it's a blue deck. You have no rush, nothing like that. Once you lose board, you lose the game.
Okay.
But played well, like and drawing well, it's a decent deck.
Well, that's the reason why I want to play Dolphy. I don't have to worry about losing my board. My board regenerates itself.
Now, what I was going to say, though,
Jinbei is nuts.
as far as who I'm playing
Yeah,
in
it is.
OPO7,
Yes, OPO7.
Yep.
I was thinking it would be Bonnie. I don't think it's Bonnie.
Yep.
I think as someone who has played Gecko Moria for OPO6 and who has enjoyed dropping the 8-drop Geckos,
Lucci. You're playing Lucci.
Black Yellow Luffy.
Black Yellow.
it's Black Yellow Luffy.
Black Yellow Lucci.
I think I'm gonna pivot to Black Yellow Luffy in OPO7.
You're playing Wiz Khalifi?
Wiz Khalifa, yes. I forgot
like
about
that.
Yeah, dude. Black and yellow.
Black and yellow. You know what it is.
Consider it.
I almost said it.
You what?
Nah, I like Brandon. He said
Because
it
people were calling it Wiz Khalifa Luffy, and then I said Wiz Khalifa.
Wiz Khalifa.
Yes.
I said Wiz Khalifa Luffy first, and then he did say Wiz Khalifa, and I'm like, I'm
You need
upset
to-
that I didn't go.
You need
with
to,
it, but,
you
like,
need to edit the black and yellow
Yeah,
thing.
exactly.
The,
So I'm like, yeah,
you need
Wiz
to edit the Wiz
Khalifa.
Khalifa right here. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I think... I don't know. Black Yellow Luffy? Okay, so that leader is genuinely...
It's okay.
So here's the thing.
No, it's good.
He's a 9k leader every turn.
You know what baffles me?
What?
The fact that the
that you can't spell
red,
baffle?
yellow, what is it? Is it not
Sabo.
Ace? Sabo
I
isn't
like Red Yellow Sabo.
I like him
good.
too.
The fact that it's not doing anything, I mean, leader ability wise, that should be a good leader.
Well, it's funny too, because when we, like, the leaders were first revealed and everything, I don't know if we were all in the same boat, but I do remember I thought that he was the best of the 3.
We did do that. When
Yeah.
we first talked about the 3 leaders, when we were doing that tier list video, I think it was, when we were talking about it, we thought Sabo was the best of the 3 originally. But then the dude came out with the Gecko combo.
That was the problem.
And then that's when we were like,
That was the
oh
problem.
yeah, bro.
Because it was, thought Sabo was the best, Ace was the middest, and Black Yellow Luffy was terrible.
Yeah.
Just thought he was awful.
Well, no, Ace was always the worst.
No, it was Black Yellow Luffy. That leader was fucking terrible. He was awful
On
until
paper.
someone found a way. Well, the minute people discovered abusing 8-drop Gecko in him, it was over.
yeah.
It was because we hadn't considered. We hadn't considered such
Him
an
bringing out the
intricate play.
babies.
Yeah, look who. You know, when you look at them, you don't immediately think about. All right, I play 8-drop Gecko Moria. I put 2 of the I use leader ability. I put 2 of the babies in my life. Or no. I put 2 of the medium ones in my life. I play the Gecko Moria. I bring out 2 of the babies. I pull the babies off.
Yep.
Become a 9k leader. Cheat out 2 bodies. Now I have a 7k rusher and a 5k block, 6k blocker that protects my. Like that never crossed our minds.
I would love to be the guy that it does cross your mind, where you're just looking at it and
You're
just
like,
all of a sudden,
oh,
you
bro,
have
why
that
don't you do
epiphany
that?
moment? You're just like, leader's broken.
No, I don't think you do it. I like to think that that guy saw the leader be revealed. He was like,
Hey, drop Gecko.
"It's broken."
Yeah. Well, everyone else is like, it can do something. I guess he's like, y'all stupid.
Small little detour out of curiosity. When you guys, when we say babies, like involving like the little form of a card, what makes you call them babies?
Baby dragons.
I think of baby dinos. That when you pop the baby dino in Yu-Gi-Oh, it brings out the bigger dragons. I
never
mean, the
played
bigger
that
dinos.
Format of Yu-Gi-Oh. I'm thinking of like the little.
Yeah, the E-dragons.
I was gonna say there was never any specific card that made me call them. I just call them babies because they're
Tiny.
tiny. But when you ask,
Whoa, wait, hold on, wait, bring it back for a second.
So
you
when
said
you
I
say
called them
tiny
babies
first.
because, and you hit your hand. What was that originally going to be? Trevor?
my
being
inner
baby?
Trevor took over. My inner Trevor, no.
So,
But when you ask
see a little person,
You just think of-
in real life, You just call him a baby.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to any of our viewers that are.
He's my baby.
Little baby viewers.
You're shorter than me, right?
Little baby homies.
Yes.
No, stand up.
Stand on business.
See, man, if you're not taller than him standing up, then why would you be taller than him sitting down?
Exactly.
Damn, yo, you got me. Damn.
I think. Well, when you asked the question, though, I did think of the baby dragons.
Yeah.
I did think of the baby dragons.
On stilts.
I think because I was talking to Garen. Garen was not like playing Uta in
Uta.
OPO7.
I would.
And
And I-
that leader came out, did something for a week, and then just like went away.
Well, no. I would play Uta also in EB for the fact that we get an additional 2K counter and then we get the blocker.
Here's the thing, though. What do you do into a leader that just costs 9K every turn? That's picking cards out of your hand. You can't connect with them whatsoever.
And bro, they have a massive hand the entire time.
They have a giant
just
hand the
take all
entire game. They're establishing a
It's-
blocker every turn.
Well, the thing is that the black. So Uta's hand is equally as large because we have Infinite Searcher.
right.
The thing is with that deck, we play Kid. You do not have an answer to Kid.
Wait, are you saying Black Yellow Luffy has a giant hand?
Yes.
Yes,
Not
but Uta also has.
necessarily.
He does.
So let's say it does.
That's
Let's
why
say it does.
Gecko's playing Isho to rip out the hand. That's how big it is. Isho goes off.
No, but this is the thing though.
multiple times.
Yeah.
But this is the
They're
thing,
on
though.
4 Isho now.
But let's say this. Let's say it's true because you feel he does it. They feel dupe, but regardless, it's true. We can also agree Uta's hand is ridiculously huge.
Well, it doesn't matter. Though.
But the thing is, I dropped the Kid that you have to swing into. You do not have a clean answer. You have to swing into him, and because I have little chump blockers now, with the new 2-cost film one that I can search, and I have all the other blockers, and I have all this infinite guard. It's one of those things where it's just a slugfest where I have this 9K body you have to answer. And you have to combo to be 9K. My dude is just 9K to begin with.
Well, no, here's the
AKA
thing.
my K, but-
Here's the thing, though. Okay, so
but I'm still big. Naturally, you have to combo to be big.
so you can't even do that to turn 5. All the while, Luffy is cheating out.
You can't get go till turn 5. What is
No. But here's what I'm getting at,
Okay.
right? Here's what I'm getting at. So, because me and Garen were both talking about this. Because he was initially on your side, and then he eventually pivoted over to the other side, and then he experienced it into a terrible sim Black Yellow Luffy and barely won. And that was when it clicked just how bad the matchup was.
He what?
He played into a terrible Black Yellow sim Luffy.
But he
barely won into
that's all I need to hear.
No.
In the words of Vin Diesel,
no,
your Lord and Savior.
No, here's the thing. No.
Winning is winning.
Into a simulator Luffy. Simulator Luffy not managing their hand whatsoever, not playing the deck correctly, and even in spite of that,
What was
Garen
their
still
username?
barely won. It was like Small Hat Brandon or something.
Oh,
Like, this guy was so bad.
oh, I've never played that deck in my life, sir.
No, here's the thing. So while you're doing this, right? So while Luffy, the entire time, Luffy is cheating out cheap 7K rushers that is poking you up to getting to the Gecko. And once the Gecko does come out, one, it's cheaper than Kid because Kid realistically is 9. He's 9, right? Because he needs the Dawn to attach.
No, of course, yes, I understand.
So he comes out a turn before, and at that point, so just the turn you even play the Gecko, you now get a free 9K swing, just like that. So that's already a body that can challenge like Kid, and then every turn you're doing that after, it's like your leader can challenge the Kid for no Dawn investment, the Gecko that's already on the board can challenge for no Dawn investment, and now you actually have the Dawn that you can spend, and not to mention Gecko also brought out a 7K rusher, which for 1 Dawn is now challenging for 1 Dawn investment.
Question: do you still have that green Uta deck made?
Yeah,
Let me run that in the regional.
I'm playing in the regional.
Damn it!
Yeah, like it's and not to mention too, because it's like the power of Uta is the fact that she goes so wide. She goes so wide, but if it's gonna cost so much Dawn for you to even attempt to challenge the opposing leader, a 9K leader with your bodies, then it's like they don't even do it. They just sit there. They sit there and they just wait.
Well,
Yes, but no, because when you make your leader 9K, a lot of time they're also swinging with like the 5-drop 7K ace and such. I just go for bodies because they're not going to be 9K every single.
But
turn.
he wants them in the trash.
Yeah, but the thing is,
It's like Reiju.
Okay, but the thing is, there's only so many geckos, while Uta just continuously does what she needs to do.
But
I'm not saying that if Black Yellow Luffy pops off, he can't win. That's not what this. What
that's
it's
not
saying.
popping off. Bro, so he is like the most consistent leader.
Well,
What?
I would decline. I would. What? Oh my God! Stroke. I would want to argue that.
Okay.
I think the most consistent leader is Queen.
No.
But go ahead with your rant.
Well, because here's the thing. So Luffy also puts you on an alternate win con. Because here's the thing too. So one, you can't challenge him until he's at 9. Until you can't. Once he's at 9K. So okay, it costs so much Dawn for you to challenge him at 9K, right?
Beat him before he hits.
But here's the thing. That leader also, he wants you to hit. So literally, if you are hitting him before 9K, you're playing the matchup wrong already. So you're already losing because not only are you making bodies vulnerable into him, he doesn't turn on until he's at 0 life. He wants you to put him on 0 himself because if you're not putting him on 0, then he has to use his 2Ks out of his hand to pick up his life.
Wait, hold on. I just realized something.
What?
Why are we having the hardest time with that? Because when you're doing your game plan, and let's say you're going on odds, right? So odds are you hit him first, you get him again, you get him to 0. By 7, you now have Luffy, Brook, and then you played a 3-drop, which is either Usopp, Nami, whatever, right? So now you have 3 bodies. They're on 8. They play Gecko, do combo. They're at 9, right?
Well,
I am now at 9 Dawn.
they can't do combo on 8 Dawn because they need.
Leader needs to Dawn.
Oh, then yeah, I killed him right there.
Bro,
I
you
got
don't
3
kill him.
bodies, and,
No,
and
you
I'm
starve 'em
invincible.
out. You starve him out.
It's
You
literally
think, you don't think I can kill them with 2 I'm invincible? At 9 Dawn, you're out of your mind.
I don't think so.
Yo,
With 2, I'm invincible.
And a 7K and 2 5Ks?
So let's before we even get to that. So 2 I'm invincible, 6 Dawn. So that means at most you're a 9K leader. So that's just a 1K to 1K. Right there, you've lost 6 Dawn to 2 1K counters.
I think he's talking.
No, but you can't. No, because just like he said, you can only do that combo at 10. If I went first, I'm at 9. You're at 8. You did not do 9K combo. I kill you on that turn.
Bro, no.
When we build
Next
it,
topic.
we'll run it.
Yeah,
We'll run it.
We
No.
build it, we run it.
We build it, we run it.
You're gonna have to cut out like half of all that.
No, they want that.
Oh, speaking of, Laura bought 2 of the 3 Brothers structure decks because she just wanted the Yamatos for her Yamato deck.
Where'd you guys find that? 'Cause we haven't really-
Oblivion.
we still have them?
I think so, yeah, they were just selling them.
Well, not once this podcast is released. Now they're all gonna be sold out.
Probably. But yeah, she got 2 of those just to get the Yamatos. And then she's like, yeah, I bought them. I go, well, I guess I'll just build Black Yellow Luffy now for shits and giggles. Also, on the side note, which I was going to bring up earlier, she pulled the alternate art Sabo leader
Which alternate art? What Sabo?
in that set.
So you get an extra pack in the starter deck box that comes with all parts of cards in the
All the
set.
cards in the set, it
The
comes
ones
with
that come
alternate
in
art.
black and white. Have you not seen the images of those online?
No, so you can get alt arts of the leaders.
No, of
Yeah,
every
like
single
leaders,
card
the
in
characters
deck.
in.
Every card in the deck.
Yeah.
It's just black and white versions of them.
They look dope.
What?
Yeah, it's kind of swag.
And we're gonna put it on the screen right here.
No, we're not.
No criticism.
No, I'm not.
Chris,
Alright.
I'm not doing it.
don't make me look stupid.
Bro, you look
Right here.
You look so silly right now. Everyone's laughing at you. All the baby viewers back home are laughing
Is
at
that your
you.
mom?
Is that true,
Is
Mom?
that true, hot mom?
See, like all of them look like that.
Oh, that's kind of dope.
So this is alternate. She also pulled this
How many
one.
cards come in the pack?
3.
And they're all.
Let me
like
see.
that.
Yeah.
Well, this is a Yamato.
Oh wow, that's kind of small.
I don't get it.
What do you mean? We all say that, right?
Yeah, that's
fucking dumb.
really
That's
small.
yeah.
It's small, cool.
Whoa.
Is that what it's supposed to be?
I don't know. The only smalls I know is big.
That's really that was really small of you.
Fucking
Yeah.
hate everyone here now.
No, it's common terminology. Everybody uses it, so maybe you guys back home should start saying it too. You know.
I'm so happy you
I
feel
like
that
you're
way.
gonna get some people like beat when they just start calling people small.
Yo, bro, you small? Yeah, bro. Oh, we're not gonna high five smalls. All right,
I'm not small.
you small? Yes, I am. Come on, this is your thing.
Bro, you're being so small right now. Yeah.
You guys
So
are
see?
so small. 130
It's-
fucking.
Well, that's pre-sale.
$.
But you see, like that's how the alternate leaders
kinda
look.
cool.
That's the character one.
how Let me see the Luffy.
The,
The Luffy.
there's the character one, and that's the leader one.
Oh, it is. That's right.
That's kind of cool though.
Oh,
like
yeah, if I
that
get the
they did
black and white leader one, I'll have to look at the color in yellow. That's
You know what's crazy to me? Actually, no, it's not crazy to me.
What's crazy to you?
Because as the support was being released, I thought they'd be good, but then after they showed the whole package, it's like, okay.
Same.
Foxy. Foxy's doing nothing.
Okay, now do we think it's doing nothing because it's bad, or do we think it's doing nothing because no one wants to play that fucking leader?
I think
It's doing bad because Bandai didn't watch the previous episode when we were talking. Well, not previous episode, but when we were talking about the Foxy cards, where we were saying like he needed a stage that made your all characters Foxy pirates.
He's doing
and that would have
bad.
fixed it.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's because no one wants to touch the character. Because for example, just mechanic wise, like I don't give a fuck about Gecko Moria as a character, but I love that deck. That leader, amazing. No one gets.
Should we say Foxy hasn't been figured out yet and then be proven wrong?
So here's what I think. As they were revealing support for him, I thought it was kind of crazy, right? Because he got an Onigashima on legs. Foxy is an Onigashima on
Got like
legs.
3 Onigashima.
He has like 5.
Yes.
But that's the problem. So
His searcher is so cracked.
Yes,
that
it
is the problem with Foxy. All of his cards are Onigashima. They don't do anything. So they get you to 10. And then from that point, they don't do anything. And there's no win con or anything.
Purple Luffy.
It's
Wipe your board.
No.
Wipe it clean,
It doesn't.
Mr. Clean that
It
shit.
just doesn't do anything. It doesn't do.
I'm gonna prove you wrong.
It's like, okay, I can ramp up to 10 Dawn. Now I'm at 10 Dawn. What do I do? The only 10 Dawn purple character I can play puts me to 0, so I'm not playing that.
No, you can play 10-drop Kaido.
And my win con is what? 7 Dawn?
I think
Why
your
am I
win
trying to
con-
ramp so hard then?
I think your win cons will probably just be 9-drop Kaidos.
Yeah.
Just spam the board with those.
There's also 10 and 12 vanilla Luffy.
Because here's what you have to think though, right?
That's
So
okay counter.
while
This
while
1K
I'm
counter.
dropping, while I'm spending 9 Dawn, to put our rusher on the board, the opposing leader that is actually meta at this point is spending 8 Dawn to do a 24 Dawn play.
False, because they only have 7 Dawn at this point, because I ramped.
Because I cheated. It's I've spent 9 Dawn, I have a rushing body, and I'm playing into the leader.
I feel like if Purple had a 10-drop boss monster, it would be viable. One that
Yes.
doesn't clear your board, because being able to drop a 10-drop boss monster, let it minus Dawn, that's fine, because Foxy Pirates are going to get like 4 Dawn back in one turn.
Yeah.
So that's fine.
Right.
What they need is a viable boss monster for that deck. Right now, I just feel like they don't have it.
You don't think 8-drop Luffy is a boss monster for
8-drop.
What's he do?
8-drop purple Luffy? He minuses 3 Dawn this to end himself again.
Oh, right!
Wait,
Afro
what?
To
Luffy.
restand himself.
Yeah,
Afro Luffy.
restands
Oh
himself.
my god, I forgot about that shit card.
Well, no, it's
Whoa!
No,
He has an afro. He's
I forgot.
overpowered.
No, there's another condition. So I think it's minus 3 Dawn, but the opponent also has to control 3 characters.
Is it? I don't
Yes.
remember that.
Yes, because me and Garen just looked at this the other day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's because I forgot the card even existed. I forgot the card
think
existed.
he
I was like, this didn't give that leader cards. That's why he's bad. And then we looked, and he has like 13 cards.
Yeah, you just 9-drop Kaido. That's it. Just play 9 drops.
I just.
And then probably run 1 10-drop as a game closer.
So why doesn't the deck play 7-drop Kid?
Well, I think it will once Sokka's gone. And Sokka's gone at that point, but they're not playing the leaders, so it's like, who knows what they're doing, right?
Oh, truly. I'm not gonna lie. Because Sakazuki and then like 7-drop Purple Kid just like left existence, I forgot it was a card. I forgot it was an overwhelming card, and now it's just
Card
oh,
is
yeah.
insane. Here's what I'm thinking. Once Sakazuki's banned, right?
You go back to Red Purple Luffy.
No, that wasn't the problem with that deck. The problem with that deck is a no. And now is what.
Yeah, but no one's playing it now, anyways.
Well, here's what I'm thinking.
And after EB, people go and be playing
Oh,
it
true,
now.
valid.
Yeah.
Valid.
Once Sakazuki's gone, what stops you from playing Purple Crocodile?
Dude, that's a good point. Because if you think about it, Sakazuki is gatekeeping that deck right now.
He is.
Is it? Didn't you build your Purple Croc to beat Sakazuki with the 10-drop Kaidos and shit?
Bro, they're running 8-drop Gecko now.
So what's the problem? Don't you just have the same problem in the Black Gecko?
Gecko loses so hard to Black Yellow Luffy, I feel like he just dies off. I'm not playing him, I know that much. And I think all of you should follow suit. None of you should play Black Gecko and OP07. You should all put them away, and we all pick up Purple Crocodile. That's fair.
Well, I'm playing
really
Blue
want that,
Dolphy, so
Yes.
So I'm
'Cause
not
I'd be the
adding
best
your
of them.
demographics.
I'd be the best, and not to mention, if everybody is on Blurple Croc, what does that do for the Small Hat channel? We're the Blurple Croc hub.
Who's we? Hold on.
This is a Chris thing. I don't
Yeah, this is our Chris.
No, I mean the Small Hats.
No, we're more of a queen hub.
No, we are the biggest Blurple Croc community
That may be true, but by portion of player, I would arguably say that the Small Hat crew is a Blue Dolphy hub because 2 of the members play Blue Dolphy.
Darren also played Blue Dopey.
So I'm just saying.
Well, okay, but
I
here's
think we just play Iceberg, dude.
I don't think so. No, so here's the thing.
That could be a Small Hat challenge.
Not
Where
to
the 5
mention-
of us play a local, the first person to win with Iceberg gets their own Small Hat video.
I am legend.
So one.
I'm the legend.
I have a question for you guys that went to Nats. The CS pack cards that are just like reprints of the event pack cards.
Yeah.
Are they textured or are they just like have a stamp?
I don't remember.
I don't remember.
I think it was just a stamp, if I'm not mistaken.
I-
But I
maybe.
sold all of mine instantly.
I don't know where mine are.
I didn't know you had any.
Valid. You're
Well,
saying?
he didn't because he brought Blurple Croc and went like
And one Nats.
X.
So don't get it twisted.
And Worlds.
And then you wonder why we're Blurple Croc Central,
So
right?
is that Kaido that you won texture? The Golden Championship Kaido?
Here's the craziest part, right?
Yeah.
Here's the crazy thing about it.
I want to hear it.
Someone in TSA stole it.
They forgot I won.
You know, I just would have imagined after winning, you would have ponied up the money to buy an extra mic for Nick over there.
Well, I would have if they'd given me my. So here's the crazy part.
I bet they gave it to someone else. Dude.
They did it. Okay, here's
I want to hear it. I want to hear this story.
Dude.
So I won Nats with
Yeah.
Blurple Crocodile.
We all
right?
saw- we were there.
We were there.
Okay, all right.
Oh, we were in the VIP seating too.
So we all saw
Second
me
floor.
win with Blurple Crocodile.
Yeah.
Cheering you on.
Yep.
And then they were like bringing everybody up on, and they were like, "There's been a mix-up on the papers. We think Jonas won." I'm like, "What? He got second. He lost to my Purple Crocodile."
Yeah, which was crazy.
And they were like, "We forgot."
Yeah.
So what you're telling me is Steve Harvey was on stage, and he messed up again, and called the wrong
Yes!
person to win.
Yes.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
Bro, they were
So
like,
Steve Harvey was there. That's
I-
right. Steve Harvey was there.
they were like,
I
"We
remember.
forgot." And I was like, "Okay, well, now that you remember, you can fix this." They were like, we were kind of already in too deep.
Alright, so
On a side note, sometime this week, I know I told you guys, but Brand doesn't know, and y'all don't know yet. But remember the poll for the Small Hat playmats?
Oh,
They're
that's
coming
right.
in this week.
Oh, it's all of them? It's not
All of
ours?
them, no, all of them are coming in this week. So sometime between the video being posted and the end of this weekend, and we'll go ahead and throw it on the Discord and all that. There will be the link for you guys to buy the playmats, and we actually printed them, and hopefully, and we'll edit this in post or we'll correct it otherwise. But the top 2 colors that got printed. So the pink and the blue
okay.
got printed,
Ooh,
but
Chris, what are your thoughts on signing random copies of Zeus to throw in with like random orders?
I don't see why not. But okay, so here's they're like are they like physically coming in?
yes, they are physically coming in.
Ew.
We could take a few of them to like
So,
Kissimmee to sell them in person.
Yep. Laura, when Laura comes later in the day, she's going to be bringing the playmats, and we'll have some to sell at the Kissimmee Regional.
Has Laura figured out like a price point yet or anything?
I believe, and like I said, if there's any edits,
Subject to change.
Subject to change. I believe they're going to be $40 a piece.
I figured that would be the price.
It'll be
That's
$40
fair
a piece.
price to play nuts.
And there's going to be a giveaway at the Kissimmee Regional.
We could do one.
That's
Depends how
We're
we want
doing
to do
it
it.
now. It's on the
Random sponsor,
podcast. Yeah, it's on the podcast.
I don't know what kind of giveaway we'll do, but we'll figure
A
something
Matt
out.
giveaway.
A mad giveaway?
Matt.
Oh,
An
mag. I thought you said a mag, like a
Matt.
magnet. I was like, wait, we have magnets now?
When a small hat mat signed by all the small hats.
That'd be dope.
Dude, my signature sucks. Let's do it.
Same.
Yeah.
My signature's actually gas. I have perfected my signature while I was still in middle school while I was watching Soul Eater. Because Blackstar used to sign his name.
It was dope as fuck,
The star was the A was the star.
Yeah.
And I incorporated that into my signature, and I practiced it so much, and I can still do it to this day.
Name, Chris.
And?
So mine, it's depending on the pen. It comes out really nice, but if it's like a ballpoint, it looks trashy. But if it's a fine point, it looks gorgeous.
So what I do with mine is I do the C for Chris, and then my last name, I do, because my last name starts with a B, and there's a T in there. And what I do is
Tell us your last name.
No. And what I do...
We're going to look you up in the Best Coast pairings.
No, my name, I've changed it in there.
Nah,
So what I do with the T is... The T, because it's a cursive T, obviously. So, it goes up, it does the little loop-D, but then, where I would cross the T, I go back and it cross, and it makes a star.
You know what's funny? I do something similar with mine. So with mine, it's I'll make in the middle of my name there's a T, and at the end of my name there's a Z. So what I do is I sign everything. I do the the stick part for the T,
And the Z comes back and
and
crosses
then the Z, because you do the zip to bring back. I bring it back and I slash it over the
I do that
the
too.
T.
I do that with my T.
Always know you're this close to death.
Yes, sir.
Around me.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, baby.
But alright, let's talk about the 2 new cards, and I think we'll wrap this one up.
All right.
No, that should be its own thing. I don't think we should include that in here, because people who don't watch the full hour-and-a-half long podcast just don't see it,
They
right?
don't deserve it.
Right, and it's already running kind of long
We
as it
can
is.
talk about it real quick and then still do a video on it, include it in the next.
I think we wrap this up, and then we just record that now.
Can we wrap him up?
Okay. All right. Well, then, with that being said, until next time, we'll see you guys.
See you guys.
Later. Bye.
Say bye.
See you guys. Are
There
we
you go.
leaving? You guys never said.
Lupus Batman, help us, save us.
Well, what do you guys think about that? You see, it's an S.
Hold on, don't throw up gang signs.
No, see, it's an S
Man, get in there
for
with the
small. It's an S for small, but it's also an H for hack.
No, I realized something. You know what it is? Don't touch. There you go.
Hey.
Rampant? Wait, what are we?
The mom doesn't need to be hot.
You know,
Just your mom.
she might watch our podcast, so I'm gonna say yes.
You know what? Everything is just wrong, and it just came out of your mouth.
Bro, is my mom hot? Is water wet?
Actually, I had this whole conversation with my students today. Water is not wet. First of all, water makes things wet, but water itself is not wet.
You make me wet.
How is liquid?
You mean my mom?
Huh?
How is a liquid not wet?
Because okay. Is fire burnt? No, but fire could
is
burn
burning.
something.
Fire is
No,
in a state of being on fire.
It's burning.
chemical
And
reaction-
that's why
No,
it can
no,
burn
no.
out. It can burn out.
but fire itself, you don't describe fire as burnt
Correct.
because
Well, no.
What do you?
Well, no.
Not while it's in the process
Water
of
makes
burning.
shit soaked, and soaked is to burnt. As
That's true.
The same. So, water is wet as fire is fire.
No,
Does fire
no,
is
no,
on
no,
fire.
no. Water is not wet.
Fire is fire. But I would say water is wet to fire.
Water makes
Hot.
things wet.
Yes.
Water makes things wet.
Water makes things wet. Fire makes things hot.
Yeah, so that means water is not wet. It just makes things
So
wet.
fire's not hot?
Fire is no, but if hot is a temperature. Wet is not a temperature.
Hot is also a state, though.
It's a state of being.
I think you have to apologize to your students.
No, 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 no.